Why I Left the Mormon Church. Part 5, Women and Bishops. The bishop is the leader of a ward, which is all the church members in a geographic location, usually a town or city, or if you're in Utah, a few blocks. He takes care of the needs of the members, like giving food or money to poor members. He also approves the budgets of ward activities, chooses who gets assigned to certain volunteer positions, and helps people repent after they confess sins to him. You would think you have to be righteous to be a bishop, but some of them are nasty perverts. Bishops have to conduct worthiness interviews where they ask members if they are following all the rules, including the sexual rules. These interviews start when members turn 12, and thousands of women and girls have shared their experiences online about bishops asking them graphic questions about their bodies during these interviews. That's not even the worst thing bishops are known for doing. They often do nothing when cases of abuse are brought to their attention. Now, not every bishop does nothing. Some call the police and let them handle it, which is what you should do. Others don't do anything, or may even side with the abuser. I can think of 2 women I know personally who told the bishop their husbands were abusing them, and the bishop said they should accept it because that's the husband's right. I personally have been made to feel responsible for my own sexual abuse by a bishop. Women tend to be punished more harshly for sexual sins or even sexual abuse, and the bishop is the one who decides what punishment they should get. The church has set up a helpline for bishops to call when they don't know what to do, but the helpline goes directly to church lawyers whose only objective is to protect the reputation of the church. It is not to help victims. Because of this, many abuse cases get ignored. If you don't believe me, listen to Heaven's Helpline. It is a podcast made by a journalist who did a deep dive into how the Mormon Church covers up abuse to protect its image. Nearly all the victims are women and children. I'd like to think that if more women were allowed in leadership positions, there would be less perverts and abuse cases wouldn't be covered up so much. If I were a bishop, I wouldn't ask people about their sex lives because I don't want to frickin' know. And if a woman told me that her husband was beating her, I would personally drive her and her children to a domestic violence shelter, and I would get the police involved to put that motherfucking bastard in jail. If someone told me that they were the abuser, I would tell them to confess to the police, or I will, and then I would drive them straight to the police station. Maybe I'm unusual, but whatever happens, I hope that all church leaders take abuse more seriously and don't blame the victim for what happened. And for the love of God, don't ask people about their sex lives.